Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 single-serving chicken dinners that are bursting with flavors. You make everything in one baking dish, so they're super easy to make. So let's get started with a quick and easy Caprese chicken. The chicken breast is seasoned and baked along with the sliced tomato, onions, a splash of balsamic, and topped with mozzarella cheese. Here's what you need. Pour 1/4 tablespoon of olive oil into a medium-sized baking dish. Swirl so that the oil coats the bottom of the dish and place 1 4 to 6 ounce chicken breast inside. Sprinkle with 1/4 teaspoon of dried basil, 1/4 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/8 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/8 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. Cut 1 small tomato, like a Roma or plum tomato, into quarters and place the tomatoes around the chicken. Next, place 1/3 cup of sliced red onions around the chicken. Drizzle 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar over the top of the chicken and the vegetables. Then preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 20 to 25 minutes depending on the thickness of your chicken, or until the internal temperature registers 165 degrees with an instant read thermometer. After the chicken is cooked, sprinkle 1/3 to 1/2 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese over the top. This is your meal. Make it as cheesy as you like. Place the baking dish back into the oven and bake for an additional 5 minutes or until the cheese is melted. So we're going to cover the chicken and let it rest for about 5 minutes. There we go. Smells so good. So this dish is a hearty meal in itself. Some of the cheese got stuck on the foil. But I love serving it with a little bit of roasted cauliflower. Just chop cauliflower in a 425 degree oven with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. Ready in like 25 minutes. It's so good.
That is good. That is really, really good. One more bite.
So here's a tip. I love to keep a bag of frozen chicken thighs or chicken breasts in my freezer. It makes it so easy to plan a meal. Just take one out, defrost it, and cook it up when I'm ready to use it. Either the bag of frozen chicken or look for chicken when it's on sale. When you get home, immediately divide them up. I like to wrap them separately so I can just pull one out. I don't need to take out a couple, and cook them when I'm ready to use them. The second chicken breast recipe is a tender and juicy baked buffalo chicken that's topped with a homemade buffalo sauce and plenty of cheese. Here's what you need. Pour 1/4 tablespoon of olive oil into a medium-sized baking dish. Swirl so that the oil coats the bottom of the dish and place 1 4 to 6 ounce chicken breast inside. Stir together 1 tablespoon of melted butter and 1/2 teaspoon of hot sauce and pour it over the chicken. Top evenly with 1/3 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 20 to 25 minutes or until the chicken is cooked through and registers 165 degrees on a meat thermometer. I'll link to the thermometer I use in the description below. Remove from the oven and cover to let the chicken rest for 5 minutes. Then top it with 2 tablespoons of blue cheese crumbles and a tablespoon or so of sliced green onions. Really delicious. It's not overly spicy, a light little bit of heat, but I just love the taste of the sauce, the buffalo sauce and the blue cheese crumbles.
So good.
Our third recipe is a simple but elegant chicken margherita that's topped with pesto, cheese, tomatoes, and a lemon garlic sauce that is heavenly. Here's what you need. Pour 1/4 tablespoon of olive oil into a medium-sized baking dish. Swirl so that the oil coats the bottom of the dish. Place the chicken breast inside. So I'm using jarred pesto for convenience, but if you'd like to make a small batch of homemade pesto, we've got a link to our pesto recipe in the description below. Scatter 1/2 cup of halved grape or cherry tomatoes around the chicken. You can even quarter 1 small tomato and use it instead. And drizzle 1/4 teaspoon of olive oil over the chicken and the tomatoes. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 20 to 25 minutes or until the chicken is cooked through and registers 165 degrees on a meat thermometer. So after the chicken is cooked through, sprinkle about 1 ounce of shredded mozzarella cheese on the top, and that's about 1/3 cup. And feel free to add a little bit more if you'd like it extra cheesy. I do, so I'm gonna add some more. We'll place it back in the oven. Place the baking dish back into the oven and bake for an additional 5 minutes until the cheese is melted. Remove from the oven and cover. So I'm going to use one more pan to make this heavenly lemon garlic sauce that you will not want to leave out. So melt 1 tablespoon of butter in a medium-sized skillet on medium heat. And then we'll add 1 clove of minced garlic, and we're going to cook it, stirring occasionally for about 30 seconds. Okay, then we'll add in about 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice, fresh or bottled, and a tablespoon of chopped parsley. Stir this for about another 30 seconds. Lower that heat a little bit. Pour the sauce over the chicken. So you can enjoy this dish with mashed potatoes, rice, buttered noodles, or enjoy it just as it is. Be sure to check out these great videos and click below to like and subscribe. And in the comments below, let me know which one is your favorite. Or if you have another favorite chicken breast recipe, let us know. Thank you for watching. At One Dish Kitchen, cooking for one is all we do. Bye for now.